Hello. I just wanted to give you a little update on some of the test material. We will have time in class tomorrow to go over this, but I thought I would just take some time today and you could watch this video whenever it's convenient for you. So if you put me on pause right now and then go to your readings for the test material. Okay, the first one says the readings and the reading that is attached. So we have three different readings, actually four, and then one is attached. So in the Hola Cristino, if you remember from the other day, it says, Siento no haberte llamado. I really regret, I'm sorry for not having called you for so much time. Tanto tiempo is so much time. How are you? Etc. Now remember we did that part with the he estado. I have been. Okay, so it's obviously a woman. How do you know it's a woman? Well, it says ocupada. All right, so she's saying she has been very busy. You can be ocupado. In fact, you always are. Remember the word alrededor? Alrededor is around. So it could be physically around this neighborhood, you could be saying, or around a certain time. Remember the difference between solo with an accent and solo without an accent in line 4. Solo with an accent is the same word as solamente. So solamente means only. Solo without an accent means alone. Okay. When you look at that word un descanso, we know that descansar is to rest, but a descanso could be a break, a pause, a little recess, something like that. So the person has 5 minutes off. Okay. If you keep going down and it says escuchando las quejas, and that's about 7 or 8 lines down. Remember the infinitive for to complain is quejarse. So when we look at queja, we could see that comes directly from quejarse. Quejarse is to complain, las quejas. So I'm listening to a lot of the complaints of the customers. And I'm entering all of those complaints in the computer. Okay, un resumen, we have that word. We have a resume, and what it is it gives you an idea of all that you've done up to a certain point. Likewise, she has to write all these different complaints in there that she's had during her shift. All right, so todas las llamadas, llamada is from llamar. You know that llamar means to call. A llamada is a call, and you see there recibí, which is the preterite tense. So calls that I received during the day. And she's going to give them. Notice she says, give them to my boss. Darle a mi jefe. In good Spanish, you're going to put the indirect object pronoun. So, darle a mi jefe un informe. So, everything that was resolved that wasn't resolved today. Un informe would be like a report. Okay? All right. No sé cuánto tiempo más puede hacer esto. Remember that word esto I referred to you? It's kind of a word. It's a demonstrative, but it's like saying, I don't know how much I could do this. Meaning, talking about some idea. If I were talking about teaching being hard for me, I might say, no sé cuánto tiempo yo puedo hacer esto. It refers to the idea of teaching for a long time. That's what we're getting at here. She doesn't know how long she can keep doing this. All right. She has a recreo at 11 o'clock. And then they eat at 12:30. Okay, looks like everything is good in that. Next one. Nueva York también es un lugar maravilloso para conocer otras personas solteras. Remember, we talked about I'm a soltero, somebody who is not married. Okay. Yo no tengo mucho tiempo para tener citas. I don't have much time for dates, but I'm going out with someone that I met. All right. Conocer in the present tense means to know a person or to be acquainted with a place. But in the preterite, this is a tidbit, it means I met. So saber and conocer both have different meanings in the past tense in Spanish. Conocer would be I met, and saber would be I found out. All right, so she's going to go out with somebody that she met in French class. She's learning French class currently. Okay, let's see what else. They have a lot of interests in common. I think you could figure that out. Remember, nos encanta is another way of saying nos gusta. And she likes, we both like to go to the theater, and we like to probar. You can probar a piece of candy. You may not like it, but you're going to probar the piece of candy. You can probar a restaurant. You can try out a food or a type of food. Okay? So that's what she's saying there. We like to share these kinds of things. They both share a passion for language. Idioma is a general word for language. We also have la lengua. Don't forget that la lengua, I could say la lengua española es muy difícil. Lengua also is the word for a tongue. Okay, so your physical tongue with which you speak. Okay, so she talks about next year, what they hope to do. Remember the difference between next year and próximo año and el año próximo. All right, they want to go all around the wine regions. Okay, they want to visit France. All right, alguien is the word for someone. Algo is the word for something. And I just want you to see that there. All right, good. Now, it says the attached reading, but I don't. Oh, okay. So I jumped to the third reading. Let's go to the second now. So durante la semana me despierto a las 7. Me levanto a las 7:15. Me levanto a la misma hora. So, I get up at 7, I wake up, and then I get right up. Después de levantarse, me ducho, and then I give you some other alternatives. Me visto. Now, if I said to you on the test, what would be another way of saying me visto with different articles of clothing? What do you do when you're charlando with friends? Okay? You want to be able to get that meaning across to me. What's a synonym for empiezan when you're talking about your classes beginning at 9 o'clock? All right, so they have a recreo, which we don't, unfortunately, but next year we're going to have sort of a recreo when we have our community period. Okay, mis clases empiezan otra vez. Well, una vez is one time. Otra vez is another time. Dos veces is 2 times. So otra vez is going to be another time. So my classes will start again at 1. Now notice We don't say another time like they do. They don't say, they just say otra vez. They don't say una otra vez. A little contrast between English and Spanish. All right. Now, I see the word vuelvo. Do any of you remember what devolver means? We know that volver is to return. What does devolver mean? Well, it's very, very easy because devolver, putting a day in front of volver, is going to be to return something. So what might you return? Well, you can return a book to the library. That's a really good use of it. Okay, I hope that helped you out and it might have stimulated thought for questions that you have for tomorrow when we have a chance to wrap all this up before our first test of the marking period. I know it's kind of a nasty day today, but I hope you've enjoyed it, had some rest, you relaxed, you went out with friends, you talked with friends, did some gaming, whatever makes you feel relaxed. All right, take care. Nos vemos.